Hello everyone, today we are going to make a Nivea cream jar render. For this, we will select everything by pressing A and delete everything in the viewport. Then we'll press Shift A and add a cylinder. After adding cylinder, we scale it in the Z axis like this. Now it's looking small. Then we will go to edit mode by pressing tab and we'll press 3 to go to face select mode. After pressing 3, we will select the top face and delete the top face of the cylinder. Now we will add a torus to make a small ring. For that, we will press Shift A and add a torus. Now the torus is added, we will just scale down the minor radius. It's now looking like a thin ring. By pressing GZ, we will bring it upward in the Z axis. By pressing Shift T, we will duplicate the cylinder to make the cap of the jar. And we will move it upward by pressing GZ. Press SZ to scale it in Z axis. Rotate in X axis by pressing RX 180. Press numpad 1 to go to front view and move the cap down in Z axis. Now go to edit mode, select the top face and press I to insert it inside, and then press GZ to bring it a little down. Insert the face again by pressing I and then one more time and scale it down by pressing S to add more geometry. So we are done with the basic modeling, and now is the time to add some modifiers to it to give more geometry to the model. So for that, we will add a subdivision surface modifier for sure. Increase the value of render and level viewport to make it more smooth. Also, we will add the subdivision surface modifier to the base and then increase the values. Now the shape is looking kind of messy, so we will go to edit mode by pressing tab and add more loop cuts to it. Now it's looking perfect. Now we will add one more loop cut at the base by pressing Ctrl R. Add one more loop cut and bring it downwards. Now the shape of the model is looking perfect. Select the bottom edge, press I to insert it inside to make the base looks perfect. It's fine, I guess, and insert it one more time. Congratulations, your model is ready. We will go to edit mode. And yes, we'll add more loop cuts to the cap by pressing Ctrl R. Add more loop cuts to give more geometry to the cap. Now it's good, I think, and just one more loop cut. Yes, now it's looking perfect. Add blue color material to the model in the material menu. First, switch to material preview mode to see the color of the material. Here we can see the ring is slightly downward, so we will bring it up by pressing GZ. Yes, now it's looking good. Then we will select the cap and add the same material which we add to the bottom. Yes, like this. And we will click on the number 2 to make it a separate material. Now it's time to give material to the ring. For that, we will not going to change any color. We will just increase the metallic all the way to 1 to make the ring looks metallic. Yes, now it is looking perfect. Then we will go to add a coat to the cap and the base. For that, we will increase the weight in the coat menu. So the coat is basically for the layering purpose to make the color look more thick. So the color is added. Now we are going to change the roughness, and we will change the roughness to 0.1 or something. Same with the base. We're going to decrease the roughness again, and now we can see the color is looking quite nice. Then we will change the IOR level to 0.45 for both cap and the base of the model. Here we can see the cap is not looking really nice, so we will shade auto smooth. Yes, so now our model is looking good. So it's time to add logo to our model. For that, we will select the cap and go to edit mode by pressing tab. Hanji. You all can go to the shading menu to add the logo. I am just changing the timeline to the shader editor. And now we switch to the edit mode. Then we will start adding logo. For that, we will press Shift A to add an image texture. After adding the image texture, we will open the logo image of the Nivea. So just open the file. And you can see this is not, the logo is not visible at all. So we will go to the edit mode, and we will connect the color of the color ramp to the base color of the principal to be SDF. Now we can see the texture is visible on the cap. We will unwrap it by pressing U, Smart UV project, and unwrap it. For the image texture, we will open the texture coordinates by pressing Ctrl T. The texture coordinates are now open. Then we will switch the shader editor to the UV editor, and then we will press A to select everything in the UV editor and scale it all the way down and place the segments in some empty space. Now you can see nothing is visible on the cap. So select the edges on which you want the logo to be visible by pressing Ctrl++. So I'm selecting it till here, and now we'll press U again and unwrap it angle based. Now you can see everything is visible in the UV editor tab, and we will rotate it, and now we can see the logo is visible on the cap as well. But now you are thinking the color of the cap is black, so we are going to change it by adding a color ramp in the middle of the principal BSDF and the image texture. So by pressing Shift A, we will add a color ramp, and you can see the black color is the one which we want to change. So we will first copy the code of the body of our model, and after copying the code, again we will switch the material to the cap. Then we will paste the code in the black portion of the color ramp. So now just paste the code and it will change the color of black to blue. Ctrl V, and then I'm again switching to timeline and bring it downwards. You can see the model is ready. So now it's time to add the lights and base. So for the lights, we will first go to the rendered mode and we will go to world menu. So today we are going to add a HDRI image. First we will change the color all the way to black, and we're going to add an environment texture. Open the environment texture and add the HDRI which you wanted to use. I am using this one. So now you can see there is light on our model also. So now we are going to add a plane to place the cream jar and scale it. Now we will select the back edge and extrude it upward. For that we are going to switch to edit mode and select one edge and extrude it upward in the Z axis. Select the middle edge and bevel it by pressing Ctrl B and increase the segment by scroll up. Scale the plane outward in Y axis by pressing SY. Here it is. So now we are going to add a camera to the viewport. No. First we are going to drag our model upward. So numpad 1 to go to front view. Select everything of the model and press GZ to place it on the top. Now the model is on the plane perfectly. So now we are going to add a camera. The camera is added. Now we will just adjust the location and we will press Ctrl Alt 0, and you can see the camera is also added. Go to camera menu and lock camera to view. Adjust the placement whatever you like. I think that's good, and then unlock the camera. Now I am feeling like the light strength is way too much, so I'm going to change its strength. For that I am going to change the timeline to the shader editor again and object to the world map. As you can see, the nodes of the lights are open. Now change the strength to 0.03. That will dim the light. So now it's looking, I think it is good for me, just because I am going to add more area lights to our object to make it a studio lighting. So for the area light, I'm going to press Shift A and add an area light. Then I will bring it up and scale it, and I'm going to change the strength of the light to 80. Yes, now you can see the model is visible perfectly. Yes, scale the light larger to make the shadow less harsh, and duplicate the light again and rotate it in y-axis by pressing RY 90 degrees. Place the light according to your need. Just focus the light on the object. I am just trying to move the light according to my taste. Just place the light and try to focus it on the object. Yes, I think this is looking perfect for me. And now I'm going to change its power to 20 because it is a fill light, so its power needs to be less than the main light. Now in the render settings, change the render engine to cycle and change the device CPU to GPU. I have GPU, so I am going to switch it to GPU. Yes. I'm just placing the camera perfectly. Just change the device to GPU. Yes, and turn on the denoise setting. In the color management, change the look to high contrast. Yes, now you can see this is what we made. So duplicate it once or twice and rotate it according to your need, and then press F12 to render the image. This is for the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Keep sharing, keep loving.